Hello, Jai Jagannath. Today I am very pleased, very happy. It gives me a real joy to say you that from today onwards, from time to time, not every day, from time to time, I will share some tips on spoken English so that you can speak English perfectly and fluently, and it will be very beneficial for all of you, especially those who have passed minimum plus 2 or those who have also completed higher studies. They will be benefited a lot. At first, let me introduce myself. Myself, Sarat Chandra Meher, and I have a record service of 37 years as a lecturer and reader in English, and I wish to share my experience and whatever knowledge I have with you so that the students and the job seekers, they can find it easy to speak English perfectly and fluently. This is our first session, and I wish to say that one fear of speaking English is there. What is that fear? That fear is that I may make mistakes while speaking English. First, you will have to drive out that fear, because the main aim of speaking is communication. And in spoken English, as a form of communication between speaker and listener, you must not think about grammatical mistakes. And if the person to whom you are speaking, the listener, understands your feelings, what you want to say, then that serves the purpose. Grammatical perfection is not so important in spoken English or in spoken communication. So don't be afraid of errors, grammatical errors while speaking. And I wish to say again that I will try to cover some tips on spoken English and grammar from time to time. Again, I am repeating, from time to time, not every day. And you may request me for FB friends, and I will be available there on FB on my timeline. And those who wish to participate, they can go through it on Facebook. And firstly, today, I wish to say from the beginning that talking English with ease is not so difficult. First, you have to listen English, standard English, not the English that the people say in day-to-day life. Spoken English perfectly. That is our aim. And to serve this aim, we have to listen, because in order to speak, we have to listen. we have to become careful listener. That is L. Listening stands for L. And speaking stands for S. Now we will emphasize on LS. LS. L for listening and S for speaking. Because whatever we hear, the input it gets into this ear that comes out from our mouth. If a parrot, take the example of a parrot, if a parrot is in the house of a pandit, say priest, he listens Ram, 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 and automatically he begins to say Ram, 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 Ram. And if a parrot is in the house of a butcher, Kansi, butcher, he listens Mar, 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 Mar. So automatically that parrot speaks Mar, 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 Mar. So listening is very important. If you listen English many a times, make it a habit, listen English. Especially the news bulletin, you listen, that is standard English, and you will wonder, you will be surprised after listening for a few days that English news bulletin, you will begin to speak spontaneously. English words and sentences will come automatically. It is sure. Listen it. Listen again and again, and you will see that English words, English sentences will fluently come out of your mouth as leaves come to trees spontaneously, automatically. So, I am giving emphasis on listening, and the result will be speaking. A parrot can speak human language by listening. He listens human language and begins to speak. So, we are man, and man is the only animal on earth who can speak. And we can speak if we listen, that is primary, that is the basic thing. And if you listen, then you yourself will be surprised how I am speaking these English words, English sentences. So LS, listening and speaking, that is important. If a parrot can speak human language, we are man with intellect, with knowledge, with power of speaking. So why cannot we say what we listen? So listen it. Friends, that is very important. Listening, careful listening will lead you to perfect speaking. Nowadays, we find that our youths have degrees. Maybe they have passed out with 80%, 90%, but they don't get employability. They don't get employment. Why? Because they cannot speak English. That is the problem. And especially the corporate sector, they emphasize how you are speaking, how you are communicating. They look at it very importantly. So, for employability of our youths, we must learn spoken English and grammar. Today, I wish to say that if you have the knowledge of computer operation and you have the skill to speak English perfectly and fluently, definitely you will get employment. Definitely. So, learn to speak English fluently and perfectly So follow me, request me for FB friendship, and I will be available there. And you can see the improvement you are making after sharing with me a few sessions. I will just not take much of your time in the session. In every session, I will not take much time. I will take just 10 minutes maximum, 5 to 10 minutes maximum, to give you some tips to instill some confidence in you to speak English. And I wish you all the best. So, request for friendship, and you will see me, hear me in Facebook, in my timeline. That much for today. I wish you all a great day, a nice time, and that's all today. Thank you all. Thank you all.